Good morning. Let me figure out how to turn off this waiting room again. How is everyone doing this morning?
Good morning. We're good.
Let me go live on Facebook. Where did it go? Here we go. Gosh dog it, this thing keeps clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Again, as we get on all of our calls, we want to make sure that we're always practicing muting etiquette, which means mute your own phone or computer and try to pay attention while you're on it, because if you're screaming at kids in the background or other things, it can totally mess up the speaker as they're getting going. And as always, these are so fun because we get to have, wow, I have amazing hair. Look at that. Hold on. Boom. Go live. Go live anyway. I think we are live. Let's see here. I believe we are, just don't see it. Okay, so with that being said, guys, what I love most about these trainings on Saturday mornings is you get to hear a perspective of leaders that are actually doing what they're training on in the moment. And this young lady that you're about to hear from has just been totally rocking it out, has a business all over the world, and has effectively trained other people to go out there and get into the leadership role as well. So it's one thing to be a person that has a large team and all that, but it's even better when you can duplicate that and have other people that have hit the leadership ranks and stuff like that. So you're not going to be hearing from someone that has just, lucked their way into success. You're going to be hearing from someone that went out there and not only built their own business, but has helped other people build their business as well. So with that being said, I'm going to turn the host over to Miss Jennifer Gray. And I'm not seeing, you I have to unmute you. There you go. And here we go. Make the host. So you are now the host, Miss Gray. Over to you.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing on this Saturday morning? I am so excited to be here with all of you. And I want to thank you for taking time out on your Saturday to be here with us. And we're going to rock it out this morning. I'm super excited about what's going to happen here. And firstly, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Jenny Gray. I live in Orange County, Southern California. Aloha, Camille. And I live with my husband and our 19-year-old daughter. We also have a son, Samuel, who's 29, that lives in Seattle. I've been married for 33 years. Can you believe that? Yes, 33 years. And I just thank you for taking the time this morning to invest in yourselves. So, you know, I thought about what can I put together for a talk today and put it in 30 minutes. You know, I always like to really ask God, what am I supposed to say today? Because there's a lot in me and I can certainly go off on some bunny trails, and I'm super passionate and super excited. I absolutely love this industry. It is the best industry in the whole wide world because it's all about learning and growing your own self, personal growth. And that has to be intentional. And that's why I love what I call relationship marketing. That's what we are here. We are relationship marketing. Wherever you build your relationships the strongest, that will be where your business will always be the strongest. And it's all about relationships. So I'm super excited to share some tips with you on how to grow and advance in your life. So are you guys ready? So anyways, thank you again to the great team to allow me to speak today. I'm honored and I'm super fired up. So this is what I'm gonna do. I want you to get a pen and paper, and I'm gonna give you 7 steps of process to gain momentum. Are you guys ready for that? So I also wanna put a plug in that if you did not hear Fearless Carla Coleman's training last week, you need to get on and listen to the replay. It was phenomenal. And the great thing about these trainings is you get different people with different strengths from different aspects sharing. So, you know, some people build their business totally online. Some people don't build their business totally online. I've been a person that I'm kind of learning how to build my business online, but I've been so used to building it more like picking up the phone, texting someone saying, hey, let's jump on a Zoom, or just meeting people out and about. So I've been a belly-to-belly person, and I have to get out there and learn now, like we're all learning, how to go into the future with the way technology is going and the way everything's going to build my business even stronger. Because there are a lot of people that build the business online. So I am learning, and I'm super excited about that. So, you know, I chose to be here today, just so you know. I took the jump, and here I am. So point number 1 on the 7 steps. Are you guys ready? How to sell yourself on this company. Now, to get plugged in is the #1 absolute key. You've got to get plugged in. No matter where any of us sit today, you might be brand new today. You might be brand new to Ellepreneurs. You might have joined the very first day like we did on a text message where there was no website and there was no customer service. But wherever you are today, you've got to get plugged in. And you know, I have a light behind me actually in this room. And when I plug that light in, it lights up, right? And it also has a dimmer switch on it. And I can have the dimmer switch low, or I can have the dimmer switch turned on up high. And I also can control what watt light bulb I want to put in there. If I want to put in a 40 watt, a 60 watt, 100 watt. So you control, you know, how much watts you want to run your life off. But all I can say is that you want to be full and you want to be completely plugged into the system here, because that is the bloodline of the business. It is absolutely key. And I used to say a long time ago that when we used to go to meetings in person and not do everything online, that if you missed a meeting, you were sick. And if you missed 2, you had pneumonia. And if you missed 3, you're capable of being dead. And we have to stay plugged in, and it is that important. And so it's super important that we plug in. And let me tell you what happens if you don't plug in. If we're not on the Zooms, like we have these every Saturday, we have a Zoom Sunday night. We have Mindset Monday with wonderful Chris Shweta on Monday night. We have Wednesday night, What's Up Wednesday. We have Thursday night, Throwback Thursday. So, you know, we need to be plugged in, and you've got to prioritize that. You got to shift things around, do whatever you need to do. And I know what it's like to build this style of business with young children. I started in this industry when I was pregnant with my second son. I was 8 months pregnant, and I had a 2.5-year-old. And I lived in Australia when I first got involved in this industry, and I did not have family that would come and take my children to the mall or come and watch my children for me. I had to do everything. And it was like, I took a stress test downtown one day, and we were building a house, and I blew that stress test out of the water. And so I know what it's like to build the business with young children, getting up and all the breastfeeding, all of that. And, you know, there's a will, there's a way, and you just got to sort out your schedule, but definitely put in the Zooms into your calendar for your own self, because that's the way that you're going to light up some fires. We can't light fires if we're not on fire ourselves. So if we are not plugged in, we digress. And you can have incredible gifts in your life. You can have incredible talent in your life, and you can even be super good looking. But if you don't plug in, you're not gonna get the results. It's just the way it is. So yes, that's it. So if you become part of our Zooms with consistency as well in your life, you will find that you have found your family. You guys, we have the most amazing culture here. We're like a family. And in the times that we're living in right now, we have synergy here. We have, you know, fellowship here. And this is so powerful. We're on these Zooms and we can see each other and we can get on the chat and we can, you know, connect. And how much more do we need this than ever before than now in the days that we're living? And being plugged in gives you a sense of purpose and a sense of, you know, it just is important to plug in. We are not to do life alone. So another thing about this business is it is built on enthusiasm. Write that down. I break down the word enthusiasm. The first part of enthusiasm is entheos. Entheos means the spirit within, your energy, your vibration. And then the IASM, IASM, stands for I am sold myself. So you put the word together, the spirit within, your vibration, I'm sold myself. I'm fired up. I'm enthusiastic. And you know what? It's contagious. And if you're not enthusiastic, then whatever you are is contagious. So just remember that. And this business is built on raw enthusiasm, 80%. 80% enthusiasm, 20% knowledge. And in the day of information and knowledge today, it's very easy to get a lot of knowledge, do a lot of trainings, but you know, you can do a lot of that and paralyze yourself. I would say do a little bit of that and then do a little bit of action, and then do a little bit of training and then do a little bit of action, because it's super important to just be yourself. You know, as Chris always says, don't be a weirdo. And I think that, you know, we all have nerves, right? And we all get nervous and we start something new. And sometimes our families don't support us. You know, sometimes the people that we think would support us don't. But you know what? I want to say to you that your family is not going to pay your bills. And you've got to make a decision of what you want for your life and pave a track for you and your family. That's what we've done. And you know, it's been worth it all the way, all the way. So I also want to talk about the KISS principle, K-I-S-S. The KISS principle starts for keep it super simple. You guys, we have a cup of coffee here. We have lemonade, we have iced tea. We have amazing everyday products people use every day. Recession or not, COVID, whatever's going on, they're probably drinking more of that stuff. So we have the best products available that do so much amazing things in people's lives. So keep it simple. Like if an 8-year-old doesn't understand this, you've complicated it. So that's super important. Another point I want to make to you is that, especially if you're new here, is it takes 90 days for the business to get from your head, I hope it works for me, to your heart. 90 days. So you got to be plugged in to you've got to be plugged into the Zooms, because it's going to move from the head to the heart, because it's going to build belief. And, you know, when we're back at going to live events and we're not doing everything online, one live event will do huge things in your life, where you'll catch the vision of this company. You'll see the bigger picture. You'll meet our phenomenal leadership team, amazing leadership, and the heart-led organization and culture that we are. This is the best culture. You are at the right place at the right time, you guys. It's so, so exciting. We've been given such a gift here, such a gift. Just another quick thing I'm going to say, that if you're going through stress and you're building the business with your husband, because I've built the business with my husband, and another time I'll share about those challenges. But if you're going through stress, because when I first started in the network marketing industry, I went through so much stress with my husband. We'd get in arguments, we'd kick each other under the table. I mean, and you know, it can create strife. And it's like, just vision this business as a gift. Instead of thinking like, ever since we got in this business, it's just caused all these challenges in our household. I don't know who I'm speaking to this morning, because this was not on my notes. But just remember that this business is a gift. And it's like a beautifully wrapped package with a beautiful ribbon on it. And it's been presented to you. And when you present it to others and they don't want the gift, we might go, oh my gosh, we just want to give you this gift. But oh well, we just have to give it to someone else, right? So, okay, so that was number one. We're going to now move into number two. Number two is, I want to ask you a question. I'm going to ask you, you know, what moved you to sign up to be an Ellapreneur? What moves you? You know, I'll tell you, for me, how I was moved to start this business is, I've been in this industry for a long time. I got involved when I was 25 years old, you know, and, you know, I'm only 57. So that's a while. And I've been in this industry and have not stopped all those years. And I've been in 7 different businesses. And I'm so glad every step of every one of those businesses I was in led me here. There were pivotal relationships in each business that I had to meet a specific person that led me to another. Like, I would have never been here if I didn't go through each thing I went through. And you know what happened? Is I went from a unicycle to a Rolls Royce. We have a Rolls Royce here in Ellapreneurs. And I love this business. I'm super excited for you that are just joining us, because we have an amazing business here. So what else was I going to say there? You know, when I started, I was not interested in joining a new business. I'll tell you that right now. Story of my life. Embrace change. I'm fascinated. Just seems the way it is. But anyways, thank God I've developed my attitude, because your attitude will make you or break you. Firstly, I was not interested in anything new. Secondly, I didn't even drink coffee. But you know what happened is, I got a random phone call from a lady I barely know. I've met her a couple times. And I picked up the phone, and she was telling me she was involved with another business I was involved with, that she was going to get on the phone that evening to listen to something. And I asked her, can I get in on that phone call tonight? I had no idea I was going to say that. I didn't know that was going to happen. I ended up getting on a call that night, and it was a call with Mark and Judy Willardson. The person that I am, being skeptical and a huge question asker, I asked so many questions, and we had about an hour and a half conversation. And as soon as I got off the phone, I saw a green light. I had amazing, boundless energy, and we jumped in and joined this, not knowing Judy and Mark, not seeing the product, not trying the product. And we jumped in, signed up on a text message, and the rest is history. Isn't that amazing? So talk about the right place at the right time. So we took the jump, and you know, our vision and our purpose will require in our life sometimes to change vehicles. And I'm so thankful I have been led to the final vehicle, what I believe, that is going to fulfill the purpose and dream that God has planned for Bruce's in my life. And I'm super, super fired up about it. Think about why you're here and what made you say yes. The third step that I want to talk about today is on the products. You know, you've got to love the products, you guys here. We have amazing products. You know, I was not a coffee drinker. I got on the Elevate. Being instant, it's a lot milder. You know, a grande Starbucks cup of coffee drip is 260 milligrams of caffeine. Our Elevate coffee is 130, 120 for the nitro. And then we have all the wonderful botanicals in that stimulate serotonin. Who could use some serotonin? Do you know how many people have no serotonin in their systems and they get put on anxiety medication, dopamine, endorphins? We need what these products have. And in the marketplace today, people out there are depressed, they have anxiety, and there's so much addiction. So we really, really have an amazing product. And if you've not had a strong product experience, I just want to encourage you to just be consistent. Some people feel it right away. Sometimes it takes 90 days. Sometimes it takes 120 days. But you just stay consistent and then you'll realize, oh my gosh, I love this product. I love the way it makes me feel. And you'll wean off the other coffee. It's what happens. It happens numerous people. It's happened to in my team. So, and also just remember that you've got a 30-day money back guarantee in this business as far as, you know, customers and all that. So there's no lose, you know. And when we got started, Bruce and I plugged into all the Zooms, and Mark Willitson was doing a Zoom every night of the week, 7 nights a week for 8 months straight. And we heard so many stories, and that's what built us. Like, we were in tears sometimes with some of those stories. We couldn't believe what a simple happy pill and a cup of happy coffee could actually do in someone's life. I mean, the testimonials are amazing, life-changing. So, you know, that's just incredible. So I'm going to move on to step number 4 now. Step number 4, this is a very powerful step because this is something that's important, you guys. And that step is embrace the struggle and trust the process. Sometimes you're going to feel like the carpet's been pulled out from right under your feet in this business. You can be going really good, and next thing you wonder what the heck happened. I want to just say to you that that's very normal. It's very normal for that to happen. You just keep moving forward. It's just part of it. I've also learned that the bigger the obstacle, the bigger the prize. You know? The price of yours and my dreams will not come easy. If it would come easy, there'd be a whole lot more people that would be very, very successful. We have a lot of great role models, and they all have a story. And you don't know the story of the leadership here. You don't know what's happened in their lives before they came here. You might just see their success or even quick success. You don't know the seeds they sowed outside, that it was their time of promotion. Because promotion comes not from the east, not from the west, not from the south, and not from the north. Promotion comes from God. Life throws us curveballs, and unless we embrace the change and learn that our attitude will determine our altitude in this world. It's not what happens to you, but it's what happens in you that counts. So the process is get ready for the tests to come because you have made a decision that you want to build the business. So You're perfect to be groomed to become a leader. So you know what that means? That means you're going to go through some challenges. That means you're going to get offended. Don't take the bait. I refuse offense in my life. I refuse it. It's not fun when you're going through it, but I've grown a lot and I've been through a lot. I have struggled with immense, you guys, insecurities in my life. One day, I want to share my story with you. But I was in my early 20s so insecure. I did not like myself at all. And I struggled. When I got in network marketing in my mid-20s, I faced fear like you wouldn't believe it. I bought every tape series from Joyce Meyer Ministries on fear. Do it afraid. Face the fear and do it anyway. And you know, it's scary, but you know, there's only two that made it in the promised land. It was Joshua and Caleb. All the others that saw the promised land were scared out of their wits. And maybe Joshua and Caleb in themselves would have been too, but they trusted in their God. I give all the glory right now for my life to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He is the reason I'm here today. He is the reason I'm talking to you. He is my strength. He is everything to me, and I love him dearly. The hardest challenge that Bruce and I have been through in our lives is when I was 35 years old, thriving network marketing business, been building for 9 years. We were on the brink of hitting the ambassador level. So, you know, we were, you know, building for 10 years solid, 100% plugged in, reading, listening to tapes every day. We had a saying that a tape a day keeps the negative away. Today it's a podcast a day keeps the negative away. It just doesn't rhyme the same. But let me tell you about one of the hardest tests I went through. One of the hardest tests that I've been through is when what came against our home was in the midst of building a very strong and thriving business. We discovered that our 9-year-old son was hit with a brain tumor right on the brainstem. And it was out of left field. It was it was crazy. There's a saying I want to say, I want you to write down. This is what I want to say. Preparation is the difference between winning and losing. Bruce and I, we were building our business. The relationships we've gotten out of network marketing are our best friends today. They are where our friends have come from. If it wasn't for this industry, I wouldn't have the friends like Carla Coleman, one of my dearest friends, many people on this call, amazing people that I wouldn't know if it wasn't for this business. What a treasure, you know? But anyways, our sons, 7 and 9, our 9-year-old Reuben was hit with a brain tumor. And you know, we stayed plugged into this business that we were building. We were mechanically building, but we showed up. And you've got to show up to go up. We did all that we could possibly do, fighting the fight of faith. We kept our eyes on Jesus. For us, that's what we do here in this home. And we trusted in the journey. We trusted that we were led to where we were led by God. And we knew that he had our life in the palm of his hands and that he knew everything would ever go through on this earth. And you know, no matter what you go through, no matter what we go through, there's purpose in the pain. And we kept going. We kept building our business. And as we kept building, 10 months in, as we kept building, our son went home to be with the Lord. And at that time, I was, you know, coaching a lot of people. I was living in Australia. I was building a team in New Zealand, Bruce and I was coaching team in New Zealand on the phone. I just remember talking on the phone, and they were sharing their real challenges with me. And I remember just in myself, just thinking, God, I wish I had their challenge and we could swap or something, because you guys, I'm telling you, it's amazing what you can overcome with the Lord. The vision on Bruce and Jenny's lives is what's pulled us through. The test of all tests that has hit our lives, the loss of a 9-year-old son. And our destiny and our purpose pulled us through. There's many people since we've been through that we've met that have lost children. And it changes your life, but I'm telling you, it's built my life. I would never be the person I am today with the perspective that I have today. Eternal perspective. You guys, this life is like a vapor. So I'm just so thrilled that I get to be here with you to share this with you today. I want to ask you a question. What struggles are you going through right now? You know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to say to you that God is the potter and we are the clay. And there is purpose in your pain. And there is a better day ahead. And I can't even believe that I've been through what I've been through. And I'm no superwoman, I'll tell you that much. If I was to think anything would happen to any of my 2 children, I'd say, throw me in a hole. Couldn't imagine it. Can't believe I got through such a thing. But you know what? We never stopped. We never stopped building our business. Never stopped. 2 weeks after we buried our son, I was asked to do a 10-minute talk on a stage where about 1,000 people were in Australia. And I did a 10-minute motivational speech, and I don't even know how the heck I did it. I don't know how I did it. So step number 5, that's a moving step, the 4, to embrace change. Trust the struggle. You're going to have struggles. You're going to have things that come against you. But there's a purpose, and you've got to look at it from a lens perspective, and that you're called to make an impact in other people's lives. You're not here for yourself. So when you go through hard things, just think of it like, I'm going through this because I'm going to be able to help a lot of other people that go through this. You can't reach someone unless you've been through some things, right? So step number 5, I want to talk about, you've got to keep climbing. Find the climbers in this life, okay? Embrace change. That's my motto, is to embrace change. And I want to talk now about the geese. You know the geese, they fly in V formation. So there's the V formation and there's the head goose. And I want to say to you that you can't be the head goose all the time. There's going to be times that you're at the back of the line. And there's going to be ebbs and flows. And so just understand that we fly in formation together, and that the ebbs and flows of life will happen. You'll have the seasons of winter, spring, summer, and fall. You'll have the mountains and the valleys, you know, but you just keep climbing. I walk on the beach and where I live, and I always see the pelicans flying, 12 to 15 of them, and they right in front of me. And I'm like, wow, that's so amazing. And I think that's like my team, my Ellepreneur team. They're all together flying in formation. And it's like, there's a message there that we do a lot better together. We do a lot better together. So we rise together, not apart. There's a scripture in the Bible in Galatians, and it says this. It says, and don't allow yourselves to be weary or disheartened in planting good seeds. For the season of reaping the wonderful harvest that you've planted is coming. This business is about sowing seeds. Whatever it is that, you know, you're sowing samples, you're sowing friendship, you're sowing your smile.
She lost a 9-year-old son to brain tumor.
Sowing. So
God, I lost her
it's
mind.
all about that. If anyone has their phones unmuted, if you don't mind muting, that would be awesome. But I love this business. I love the climbers we have and our leadership in Elapreneurs. We have the climbers. Chris Schweda. There's so many, I couldn't name them all. Mike and Cass. You know, you got Ian and Betsy. You got Ricky and Jessica. We've got Judy and Mark Willitson. We've got leadership in this business that are climbing, and they are here to serve all of us. So, you know, the greatest leaders are truly the greatest servants. You know, leadership is about lifting other people up. It's not about you, and it's not about me. I found that the happiest that I am in my life is when I keep my eyes off myself and I put my eyes on other people. And I think, who can I help today? When I keep my eyes on myself, I don't like so much the yucky stuff I see. And we can, you know, the best thing that we can do is work harder on ourselves than we do on our jobs, you guys. It's super important. So number 6 out of the 7 points. I really appreciate your time this morning. Number 6, I want to say, be who you are. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. There's only one you. When God made you, he threw the mold away. Thank God, right? So don't compare yourself to others. Grow yourself. Be intentional about your personal growth. And learn to compete with yourself, not with anyone else. It's the man in the mirror that's the biggest challenge we'll ever deal with in our life. I would never be where I'm at today in my life without the people that I've met and the books that I've read and the cultures that I've been involved with, soaring with the eagles, being with people with right attitude, not people that judge people and put people down or are negative or are toxic. I don't have time for toxicity in my life. I don't have time for it, and neither do you. You know, my dad said a story to me when I was younger, and you know, he's on this Zoom. I just want to say, hey, Dad. But he said to me that when he worked in the company he worked many years ago, that someone would come into his office and he would visualize that they had a big like orangutan on their back, a big monkey. And they would come in with their big issue. And his main focus would be, while he was there to talk with them and deal with the issue, was that just when they left the office, to make sure that they took that orangutan with them. Make sure they took the monkey, because we don't want the monkey to stay back with us. And that's where we need to you know, watch the toxicity, because stuff can get on you and we need to shake it off. So another thing is leaders or readers. And you've got to feed your mind intentionally. You know, our mind you can't even trust your thoughts. I don't trust my thoughts. You know that saying, are you out of your mind? It's the best place to be a lot of the time. So this is what I say, think on things that are pure, think on things that are lovely, and think on things that are good report. And we all struggle with the battlefield of the mind, and that's why we have our amazing epic Chris Schweda that shares on our Monday night mindset Zooms, and you can't afford to miss out on those. We have a ball. It's the fun of getting together and the synergy. It's all about synergy, you guys. All right, so I'm heading back. I'm gonna land this baby real soon. Point number 7. Everything in life is a choice. Do you believe that you were made for greatness? And do you know how I know that you are? Is God don't make no junk. He don't make no junk. You are born for greatness. You are born for a purpose. You just got to get yourself healed, delivered, and get into the right mindset, get around the right people, maybe purge some relationships that are not serving you, and move on to better pastures. We have an amazing vehicle here in Alapreneurs, and we have the most amazing culture, don't we? This is a heart-led organization. This is a big heart-led organization. That's why I'm here. I love this business. You know, so many times we underestimate ourselves, you guys. And I just want to say to you, you are so valuable. God gave you strengths and gifts on your life that this kind of business will bring those out. You know, there's a saying that you and I think this is one of the most true sayings in the world, and you can write this down too, is that we will be the exact same person that we are right now in the next 5 years, except for the people that we meet and the books that we read. That is the most true saying. I can't afford another 5 years on where I'm at now and to be where I'm at now in 5 years. There's no way. I can't even think of that. We are not created to stay the same. And either you're green and growing or you're brown and dying. And if you think you're ripe, you rot. You become humble as a child and put yourself where, don't think, put your ego in the drawer and slam the drawer and put a lock on it and become like a child and teachable, because that's what it takes. Success is like a bungee cord. The lower you go, look out when God releases you. So true. So it's time to roll up our sleeves. It's time to get more focused right now in this pandemic. I can't help it, but the things that are going on in this world, it's time to roll up our sleeves and go to work. People are Googling how to have business online at home. You guys, this style of business is the way of the future. We are a huge net. We are casting nets out there. You guys, people are looking for this business. People are assigned to you. You've got to shut the back door. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You've got to shut the back door, and you've got to be full on looking ahead. God put the eyes in the front of your head. He didn't put them in the back of your head, and he didn't put them on the side of your head. We are to look forward under the horizon. And you know what? There are people assigned to your business and their names are already known, but you've got to be ready for them. You've got to be ready for those people. And you know what? They're going to come when you least expect it, because all of my leaders that have come into my team have come when I didn't know they were going to come the way they did. I met Carla randomly at a prayer meeting where she normally never goes at that time, but that morning she said the Lord impressed upon her to go to the later service, and it was that service where we met. And I heard her pray, and oh my goodness, I thought, that's my kind of girl. That's my tribe. That's my vibe. And I asked her for her phone number. And, you know, I met another lady, Laura, at the farmer's market. She had a gluten-free booth, and I'm all into health and wellness, and I love gluten-free. So I was bold. I just asked her, you know, if she ever drank coffee. Her family have had such results. She's lost 36 pounds, similar to Carla Coleman's story. Make sure you go back to last week's training. And her family have been radically impacted. I mean, all the leaders in my business have come because Jenny was ready, because I was enthusiastic, plugged in with a 100-watt light bulb, praying like it all depends on God, working like it all depends on Jenny, and being bold, being strong, knowing the Lord my God is with me wherever I go. And he's with you too. And I wasn't the person I am today a few years ago. I'm growing from strength to strength, because all of us are meant to grow from strength to strength to strength. We're never to stay the same, never be the same. We got to move on. And that's why the network marketing industry is the industry to be in.
Close,
I
dirty.
realize that I've gone a long time, so I'm landing. I really appreciate you guys listening today. I just hit my phone on the time, and it's been a good 40 minutes. So I want to say, as a landing this, that what a day to start your business. Be the change we want to see, you guys. And I look forward to sharing more in the future. And I pray that you have a blessed day today. Thank you so much. Are Are you there?
Thank you. That was incredible.
You.
Thank
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jenny.
You rock,
Thank
Jenny.
you.
Thank you.
Love you, Jenny.
That was awesome, Jay.
So amazing, Jenny. Thank you.
That's awesome, Jenny.
Thank you, Jeannie. It was
Thank
great.
you, Jenny.
Great.
Thank you all.
Thanks for sharing your heart. Such a blessing. Have a great day.
Everything you said today was exactly what I needed to hear. Thank you so much for your encouragement.
God bless you all.
Jenny, you're amazing. I love you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
I guess we're hanging up, but thank you guys so much for your time.
Jenny, I love you,
God
honey.
bless you.
You're such a blessing. Thank you so much. You encourage me to the moon. I'm just so excited.
I love you.